Hey, what's going on, guys? Ooh, my voice. Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on, Snoodle? How you doing, man? I've been up for a very long time. So, obviously that means my voice doesn't work. Why? Twitch emailed me just now. Every January, tons of new viewers come to Twitch. That means for the next few weeks are a perfect time to unlock the sort of growth that takes your community to the next level. Why are you emailing me? Get out of here, Twitch. Anyway, I was gonna say what? I've been up for a while. Um, I have been working on that PCB still. I actually took the Gerber files. What a name! Why do electronics have the coolest names? Gerber files, fiducials, like all the cool shit. Anyway, I went and I took it and I actually cut it out on the laser cutter and figured out a few very important things. One, I didn't measure things correctly. And two, nothing lines up because of that. So I actually went back and changed a few things, but I think I'm going to redesign what I had done. I did it all off stream. Nobody missed anything. But I don't know. I wanna. I can pay $20 to get it delivered in like 4 days, or I can pay $3 to get it delivered in like 12 to 20 days. So I was gonna do the cheap one, but I gotta do it sooner than later. Anyway, I'm gonna play Wytchwood, some more Wytchwood today. Not gonna go too crazy long. Like I said, I've been up forever today, so I don't want to stay up for super long, but at the same time, I am approaching my last few days of stream time before I take a little bit of a break, so I want to get some streams in. I also need to figure out dinner as well. There we go. So we left off, we just freed the bard. And everybody left, apparently. Looks like the two of them are working things out. Okay. So we have the ox in the fields or the leech in the swamp. The swamp's right here, so we might as well head over to it. We were asked to go to the hospital. To find this woman's husband. Trying to remember. To the sick house. Right, it's down here. Nurse, hold on now. This sick house is full to the brim and festering with the disease. Don't you know there's a deadly plague going around? A plague, you say? This is the first I've heard of it. It's terrible. It affects the young and the old, the healthy and the infirm alike. We're so swamped with patients I can barely catch my breath. So what are you doing out here? Shouldn't you be inside tending to the ill? We've just got so many bodies piling up. Someone has to bury them before they spread the sickness further. She drops her voice to a whisper, looking ashamed. It's gotten so crowded, I've even had to dump some in the swamp. That seems unethical. But don't worry, the leech is inside working her miracles on the other patients. They couldn't be in better hands. The leech? That's the doctor of this place? The best in the land. I don't dare think about how much worse it would be without her skills. I need to speak to her. I'm checking up on someone who came through here. Sorry, I cannot in good conscience allow a person of your, years to enter such an infectious space without a proper inoculation. But with all the patients, we're low on medicine, and I'm afraid I don't have any to spare. What's a simple booster shot made from anyway? There's plenty of medicinal ingredients right here in the swamp. I'll go get them myself. Well, it's a pretty basic prescription. If you bring me the components, I'll be able to mix and administer it. Then you can go inside. I'll need 3 milligrams of bug ichor extract, 5 grams of toxic thistle powder, and some lazy grass to numb the pain. I have all that. You place a sloshing jar of ichor in the nurse's hands. She inspects it suspiciously, but doesn't ask where it came from. Toxic thistle. You snap off a few spiny thistles and pass them to the nurse. She is careful not to prick herself on the sharp ends. I'll need 3 milligrams of bug ichor, blah, blah. Lazy grass. The nurse takes the dried grasses you have been so careful to keep intact and immediately crushes them into powder. The nurse nods at you, gathering all the ingredients into a small, hand-sized mortar. You hold your breath as she mashes everything into a slimy, stinky liquid. Not the most pleasant stuff, but I can assure you it beats growing lumps where no lumps should be. Speak for yourself. One can never have enough lumps. The nurse shrugs at you, sucking up the bubbling mixture into an oversized syringe. She gestures for you to hold out your arm. After stabbing into your flesh several times, she fails to find any veins with the point of the needle. Sorry, you seem to have some strange physiology? Give it here, I'll do it. You seize the injector and jab it into your arm without further fuss. A cool sensation climbs into your fingertips. You doubt the medicine will have any effect, but at least it should make the nurse happy. There, I feel much better. Can I go inside now? Oh, yes. Yes, of course. You should be immune to the plague for the time being. Just be quick, the leech is very busy. Got a side entrance? Oh. You can sneak behind. That serves no purpose, but cool. Quite sickly. Best keep a distance. This patient just stares off into the distance, silent. It's literally half the ingredients I needed to make this. They're sleeping. Looks like they could use the rest. Loud snores drown out all nearby. Is this person still alive? Hard to say. Loud snores drown out. Leave me alone. I'm trying to sleep. Bother off. Not seeing visitors right now. They're sleeping. Looks like they could use the rest. Quite sickly. Alright. Nothing really to see here. Leech. The doctor slithers from one patient to another, checking off little boxes on a clipboard from under her wide-brimmed hat. She appears to notice you enter, but pays you no mind. You must be the leech. I was hoping you could help me find one of your patients. Do you have the symptoms? Cracking of the bones, oozing eyes, skin rot, perhaps a yellow liver? Let's get you examined. The leech extends her toothy snout, prodding your body in search for some hidden malignancy. You slap her away with a swift palm. If it's sickness you're looking for, you won't find it on me. My dear, we are all sick with something. Whether it's a broken heart, a broken arm, we all suffer in one way or another. You peer through her tightly wrapped garments and see a deep darkness underneath. Despite the warmth in her words, there's a sense of hunger and urgency in her tone. I'm here to heal, to mend, to put all your troubles at ease. Now tell me, what ails you? I told you already. I'm in perfect health. I'm here to find someone. A man who came through here with a sprained ankle. Half the patients who come to me have a twisted this or broken that. Before the pox sets in, that is. Can you be more specific? What does he look like? Oh, I'm not sure. Well then, how do you expect me to help you? Come back to me when you know who you're looking for. You look about the sick house at the coughing, wheezing, bedridden souls. Perhaps some of them will be able to identify the missing husband. Oh, I already just talked to them all. Is it the beardy guy you're looking for? There was a fellow with the dark hair, dark eyes. Sleeping. A husband, yeah, he had darker complexion than me. I missed that man with the beard. You don't know where that short fellow got to, eh? No, leave me alone. Short, beard, dark complexion. Still can't find the short guy. Sorry, I can't help you. You don't know where that short fellow got to, huh? Beardy guy. Everyone likes calling him short. Holy shit. Well, do you have any better idea who exactly you're looking for? The fellow we're looking for was shorter than most. I'm gonna need a bit more than that. He was dark in features. Narrowing it down, give me something else. A full beard. Ah, yes. I remember that poor man now. He came in with a swollen ankle, but on his journey through the swamp, he must have contracted the plague. His condition declined rapidly, I'm sorry to say. In the end, there wasn't much I could do for him except make him comfortable. He's dead? What sort of sick house is this anyway? My condolences, really. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to doing what I can for the living. At least tell me where his wife might collect his body. The nurse outside seemed to be having trouble keeping track of them all. I'm sorry, that information is reserved for next of kin. Judging by your physique, I wouldn't say you are related to the deceased in the slightest. The doctor turns away from you to prepare vials of medicine. Better return to the old woman in the swamp with the bad news. Do you have news of my husband? He should have been back from the sick house by now. You bow your head in condolence. I'm sorry to say that your husband has passed away. The leech said he fell ill with the plague. Rather than grief, an expression of mild annoyance crosses the woman's face. Ah, what a nuisance. You don't seem that upset by the news. Well, he was getting on in years. It was bound to happen sooner or later. I just didn't think it would be from some measly plague, of all things. So, where's the fool now? I'm not sure. The leech wouldn't tell me, but her assistant mentioned having to dispose of the dead in the swamp. Ah, brimstone and bandersnatch. I know I'm already in your debt, sister, but can I ask you another favor? I suppose I've already stuck my foot in this mess. What is it? There's an old circle of power just west of here. It served me well in my younger years, and I expect it's still got some juice left. I need you to dust it off and fire it up again. I'd go do it myself, but by the time I got there, my poor husband's body would be already reduced to worm farts. Worm farts. What am I to do with this circle? You're knowledgeable, lass. The engravings on the obelisks should explain the rest. You brush off a blanket of thick moss and lichen from the ancient magical pattern carved into the earth. The essence of power wakes at your touch, bringing slight warmth to your fingertips. 4 black stone obelisks surround the ritual spot. You'll need to scrape off more overgrown decay to read the runic lettering engraved on their surfaces. The western obelisk requires a source of undead animation. The southern obelisk asks for a collection of bodily fluids to breathe new life into an unliving vessel. The eastern obelisk yearns for the tooth of a dragon. You haven't seen any real dragons in years, but who knows what's out in the swamp. Drake fang. You drop the sharp reptilian fang into the stone basin with a heavy clunk. It spins like a top, emitting a high-pitched whine before shattering into fine white dust. The northern obelisk calls for a proof of the dead. The afterlife is nothing but bureaucratic. A death certificate from the leech would fit the bill. Alright. I need to make one of these. What is it? Pumpkin jack bone. What's a pumpkin jack bone? Wait. Oh no. I already made the necromantic charm. I need some blood and bug ichor. Okay. You place a token of undeath into a basin. It flutters like a candle for a moment before the shadow umbra of the obelisk snuffs it out. A smoke pellet. There we go. Gotta get that certificate from them. A shadowy doctor prowls amongst the cots, eyeing the weakest patients with a dark hunger. She snaps at a quivering tentacle at you as you approach. Not a step closer. Who knows what sort of disgusting maladies you might be carrying. Yes, I'm a pox-ridden wretch. I know, but I need a death certificate from you. Specifically of the short-bearded man we spoke about. His wife is in no condition to roll her chair through the swamp, so she's asked me to collect it for her. I don't simply give out death certificates to anyone claiming to be someone's aunt, grandmother, or friend. This is a legitimate operation. She turns her back to you and rummages through a nearby medicinal closet. Now, where has that serum got to? Don't tell me we're already out. What's the matter, out of stock? It's a shame you don't have time to go out for yourself. She tenses at your continued presence. What are you getting at? Medicine for the death certificate. I think that's a fair trade, don't you? You would barter when people's lives are on the line? Fine. You'll have your paperwork, you filthy degenerate. Clearly too angry to speak with you, she shoves a list of required medicinal supplies into your hands. Skeeter snoot, dragonfly wings, mending poultice. I need a dragonfly wing. I think I can get them here, right? Gotta make a meat stick. Can I just do it here? Damn. Alright, that's easy enough. The leech stuffs the poultice into an unsanitary-looking cabinet without a second glance. The leech takes the wings with a surprisingly delicate touch and lays them out carefully along the surface of a clear shelf. The leech inspects the barbs before placing each of them carefully into a velvet-lined container alongside other excruciating-looking instruments. I've run your errands. Now I must insist on that death certificate. There's no need to get prickly. I have your papers right here. The leech extends her moist arm and thrusts a poorly written note into your hands. You shake the mucus from the paper and try to decipher the loopy, illegible scribbles. You're not even sure that the leech spelled the poor man's name right, but you suppose it's better than nothing. Next time I need a doctor's note, I'm better off forging the signature myself. You crumple the note into a tight roll for safekeeping. Ooh. Asking for a collection of bodily fluids. You fill the bowl with an offering of anatomical liquids. The fluid slowly disappears as if being drained by some unseen thirst, only until the wet residue remains. Northern Obelisk calls for proof of the dead. Death certificate. Blah. The humid swamp air has made the paper of the death certificate soft and damp. As you drop it into the bowl, it decomposes before your eyes until nothing is left. With the final offering accepted, the obelisks surrounding the circle begin to hum. You can hear a strange melody playing through their discordant tones. The carvings on the ground begin to burn with renewed energy, driving away the overgrowth. You're quick to step away as you feel a vacuous force pull at the circle's center. I suppose it's done the trick. Let's see what the writing has to say for itself now. You rotate your head to read the glowing letters on the edge of the circle. Place the vessel of the deceased, yada yada, recite the evocation of necrodermis, blah blah, apply the cantopic ointment. Right, seems straightforward enough. All I need to do now is to go fetch the body of that poor fool husband. He should be here in the swamp somewhere. I mean, am I supposed to know where he is? This must be where that nurse has been dumping the surplus of corpses. I need to take a closer look at each one to find the right fellow. Is that for the description? Not this one. Similar. This isn't it. This isn't it. Not this one. Where on earth is that stinking body? You'd think I'd be able to find him among the dead here. You watch a particularly bloated fly land on a rotting hand poking out of the muck. Its disgusting proboscis probes the withered flesh. Two globular red eyes slowly unglue themselves and swivel to boggle at the insect. A huge slime-covered tongue lashes out and pulls the hapless fly into a gaping, toothless maw, along with most of the sunken corpse. Well, that explains where my misplaced man went. Croak, can it be? Has a lovely young morsel wandered its way into my palace? You call this filthy bog a palace? He throws his head back, shaking the swamp with a bubbling laughter. Smaller frogs and newts scurry out of the way to avoid being crushed by his enormous bulk. Ha ha ha. Wouldn't you? This place is a veritable bounty of insects, and my subjects have such healthy appetites. They will all grow big and strong. I'd eat you too, but that head of yours looks much too hard. I prefer my food, burp, to be nice and tender. Look, you wouldn't perchance have seen an old man pass through here, have you? About yay high, full beard, deadish? The frog taps his fingers against a log, grinning an impossibly large grin. Oh yes, I do believe I've seen the chap. He's had such a delectable aroma, and fall off the bone ribs. But I'm sorry to say that once something goes down the hatch, it never sees the light of day again. We'll see about that. I'm sure I can come up with some just desserts for you. The frog rolls his eyes around and around as if daring you to try something. A witch, of course, always has something she can try. Digestive tablets. A snail shell, an eye of newt, and a goblin snout. It's going, nutted. It's going. We're getting there. Digestive tablets. You wrap a juicy-looking grub around the medicinal tablets and offer it up to the Frog King. Your Majesty, I really must find the whereabouts of that gentleman. Perhaps this small tribute will persuade you to loosen your tongue? The frog gulps down the tantalizing meal without a thought. Ah, a delectable gift, thank you, my pretty. Now, I already told you where. His nostrils flare for a moment. Then he sneezes, sending specks of wet mucus flying. The frog's throat suddenly expands, filling with gas. The belch that erupts from his lips resonates so loudly that the entire swamp ceases its buzzing. You avert your eyes, but the noise and smell of the frog's explosive eruption almost knock you off your feet. Great Glinda's ghost, what a stench. The frog wobbles on his legs, looking thoroughly empty. He teeters before rolling his huge body back into the swamp with a thunderous splash. You spot the slippery body of the husband floating in the bog water. Luckily, he seems to be missing some bits and pieces, so he should fold up quite nicely. Oh. I picked him up. Where is he? There he is. The circle of power is ready and waiting for its necromantic purposes. Place the husband's body in the center. With considerable effort, you unfold the husband's decaying body from your satchel and slap it down into the middle of the circle. Invisible shackles wrap around the corpse's limbs and pull its spread eagle against the ground. Strange mist rises from the obelisk. The obelisks, casting everything in a sickening green light. Slowly but surely, the corpse begins to levitate off the ground. It rotates to face each obelisk one by one. Aw, get on with it, I haven't got all day. You give the rotting head a good kick as it passes by you. With a gasp of stale air, the body drops to the ground. Suddenly, it bolts upright. Yeah. Perfect. Well, hello there. You caused me a lot of trouble, you know that. The reanimated corpse claws at its throat. Oh, sorry. Wait a moment. Near your feet, you see a disembodied tongue flopping around the ground like a worm. You scoop it up and quickly toss it into the man's gaping mouth. Black. Though he moves his jaw, his lurching voice seems to emanate from someplace beyond. Murderer. What? I am not. You are quite dead when I found you. No, leech murderer. Me. Oh, murdered me. He clutches at his hollow chest as if trying to feel his heart beating. Gave me plague. Drained my blood. Leech murdered others. He swings a limp arm towards the body-filled bog. I knew there was some awful stink about that sick house. What sort of doctor infects her own patients? Check her office. Find proof. Don't you worry. I'll make sure that parasite gets what's coming to her. But you should head back home. Your wife is worried half to death about you. He turns and looks longingly over his shoulder. You can hear his vertebrae popping. Yes, I late. As he shambles into the choking mist, he gives you a crooked nod of thanks. Ooh. Excuse me. Off with you. I have more sick to tend to. With the leech busy with her patients, you rifle through the contents of various cabinets in her office, mostly dried herbs and potions. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. That is, until you notice a suspicious-looking bookcase against the wall. All the books are fake, just chopped down spines glued to a solid plank. Your fingers race across the medical titles quickly and find a loose volume. With a click of a switch, the whole bookcase swings open to reveal a secret compartment. Your heart jumps at the sight. Racks upon racks of bottled blood are arranged like fine wines. Each vessel meticulously catalogs the name, description, and age of its source. It looks like that thirsty slug's been sapping the living for years. On a nearby table, you spy a decanter of half-filled ruby-red liquid. You wonder whose blood it contains. Huh. A dash of salt would remind that slimy worm that there's worse things out there than bloodsuckers. This wine is just waiting to be salted. I mean... I have an item that is... Oh. I was gonna say, don't I have like... Yeah, embalming salts, but I'm guessing you have to put the spirit salts. Which means I need one of these, which I can make. You sprinkle a generous amount of embalming salts collected from the graves of the leech's victims into the decanter. As the salt dissolves into the bloody cocktail, you hear the telltale squelching of the good doctor's approach. What are you doing? Can't you see that this is my private office? I already helped you enough, so there's no reason you ought to be here. She hastily shuffles you out of the room. Now get out. This place is only for the sick. You're certainly right about that. You walk just out of sight before doubling back to hide behind a withered get-well bouquet. You peer at the vexed leech as she slithers around her office, checking every cabinet and locker for tampering. She murmurs something expletive about nosy old woman. Satisfied, she sighs with relief and reaches to pour herself a glass from the tainted decanter. Ah, that addition of black fever adds a certain nutty quality. Maybe it will pair well with an infusion of peat moss palsy in the next batch. She takes a sip, waiting just a moment before throwing her head back and guzzling it all down. Lovely, sharp flavor. Full body, too. Suddenly, the leech snaps to attention. Her limbs dart out, writhing with uncontrollable gestures. She stabilizes herself against the table as sweat pools on her brow. The decanter shatters against the floor in an explosion of glass. What's happening? The leech spasms as the tendrils of ghostly spirits begin to suck the moisture from her body. You watch as she dwindles in size, shrinking like some horrible raisin. Goodbye. You inspect the mummified worm, pressing it between your fingers lightly. Drained by the very spirits she was supposed to be healing. In your fingertips, you make out the faintest of heartbeats, the soul of the leech. The leech quest completed. I don't believe it. This was happening right under my nose the whole time. Oh boy. Love wife. Thank you, sister. He's good as new. If you say so. I guess I don't know what condition he was in beforehand, so. Good. Oh, excuse me. Upon closer inspection, this mountain of hay appears to have been deliberately woven into an intricate wickerwork structure. You carefully pluck a single piece of straw from its center, and the whole bundle begins to swirl and unravel until a gaping vortex opens before you. A shadowed way. I believe this goes back to the hub. Nice. The Octus Farm. Hey, this is private property. What are you doing trespassing on my land? Why, I just came to admire the glow of your crops, Master Ox. I heard you produce the most bountiful produce in the land. Huh, well you heard right. I work day in and day out till my hands are raw and my back is broken. But you won't find a finer farm anywhere else. You're sure to take first prize in the harvest festival again. You and your family must be so proud. The ox spits on the tilled soil. Ah, those lazy louts never understood the pride and joy of devoting oneself to land. To the land. What good's a family that gripes about hard labor? We'd have never won any of those competitions if it wasn't for my sacrifice. Where's your family then? I can't help but notice you're working all by yourself. If you must know, those damnable bandits out by the South Bridge stormed in the place one night and stole them all away. Bandits? You don't seem very concerned about getting them back. Huh, I'm better off. For all I know, they could have been already ransomed off for fertilizer. But if you're so worried, why don't you go talk to those bloody brigands yourself? Now get your big nose off my fields, or I'll toss you in the compost heap. That gourd head's bound to rot. This old pooch deserves a treat. Can I shear the dog? No. You guys see that a jailbreak for PS4's 9.0 firmware came out? Some good stuff, man. Curious to see what like mods you can do for games. I gotta go find like a list. Dreadful dolls, okay. I need grain. What's going on, Doc? How you doing? I haven't seen any fucking wheat. Let me find some wheat. There's some. I should make two. Not that much, nice. There are far too many for me to just sneak by. I have to find some way to incapacitate them. Oh, it just resets you? Ah, sly old fox. How'd you manage to get your creaky bones past me grunts? Ah, my mooks must be getting fat around the waist to let you slip by so easily. Never too old to teach some youngins that hands are better left out of people's pockets. Next time I catch one of you thugs rooting for gold, they'll have to recount their fingers. Ha ha ha. Ain't afraid of nothing, are ya? Well, let me be the first to say, the first to welcome ya to our merry camp. Though I suspect he didn't come just to scold us. What do you know about the ox who works in the southern fields? He told me his family might have come through this way. Ah, yeah, we know all about the ox. We might have seen that family of his. But on the other hand, maybe we didn't. What's it to ya? Listen up, you big lug. That information is just about the only thing stopping me from changing the whole lot of you into stinking chickens. Alright, Granny, no need to be upset. We're just playing games, you know? Yeah, we've seen that family. A boy and his mum, if I remember. Always walking in that big ox's shadow. Always looking afraid of him, too. So you didn't kidnap them? Where are they now? You know, you reminded me of my dear old ma. She didn't take no gruff from no one neither. Ah, she used to bake the most delicious meat pies. I sure do miss her cooking. Me and the boys have been awfully hungry lately. Thieving's hard work, and crime doesn't always pay. Say, do you know how to bake? I even got Ma's pie recipe right here. Who knows, on a full stomach, I might even remember something about the missing family. Oh, of course. A humble pie. One roast beast, one doe, and 2 crow's foots. Dough is eggs, grain, and cow milk. And roast beast needs witch's spice. Okay, I can make that. All right, one ingredient down. Dough. Need grain and milk. How do we get grain? A crow's foot. I don't know how you get grain. Good idea. Goblin snot. I need grain to make that. What do I even fucking do? I had to get grain to get goblin snot. And I need grain to get the other piece. Grinding grain. Okay. Oops. Oh no, I need more fucking chicken legs? Did I not get chicken legs? I know it's closer going all the way here to the portal or just backtracking, but either way. Excuse me.
Right, the digestive palates. Right. Why do I have hiccups? That's it? Doesn't fucking drop any feet? Turkey feet? Why do I have hiccups? This is so annoying. A turkey gizzard stone. Alright, it's crow's feet, not turkey feet. I don't know where these hiccups came from. They're actually really annoying. I'm sorry. What's going on? Oh, thank you. You trying to scare me? No, it didn't quite work. But thank you for the effort. That's kind of scary, but it's not like, that's more anticipation scary than like shock scary, you know what I mean? I'll just keep the microphone far away and talk loud. That way you won't hear the hiccup. Great. No, they're not aggro anymore. Very nice. Say, do you know how to bake? I even got Ma's pie recipe right here. Who knows? On a full stomach, I might remember something about that missing family. Humble pie. Fee fi fo fum. I want a pie in my tummy tum tum. Come on then, have a helping. The bandit plunges his hand into the pie, grabbing a fistful. Oh. He barks in delight as wet chunks of pie filling splatter out of his gob. Oh shit. Minion Mario merch? Where's that coming from? Is it because he has the Mario movie coming out? Ah, delish. Just like how Ma used to make. But something's different. He picks a small black feather from between his yellowed teeth. Is this crow? I figured he could do with a serving of humility. The gargantuan man's lips begin to quiver. Great watery tears well up from his beady eyes. Elimination who makes minions are doing... Oh, they're the ones doing it? I see. Well, you know Minion's gonna be in the movie then, right? Shit. What's the matter, dearie? Are those spices too strong? Sniff. No, it ain't the spices. Sniff. It's just... He deteriorates into great shuddering sobs that shake the camp. Ma always said I was a bad seed. Says I weren't no good for nothing but eatin' and thievin'. But all I really wanted to do was dance. I was gonna make the greatest dance troupe the world has ever seen. Had a name in mind and everything. Picked out the pick and the leaping pockets. But I ain't been doing nothing but taking. Always taking. Oh, Ma was right. I'm a bad apple. Come now, dry those tears. You're not all that bad. Also, if someone made me a meat pie and there were still like feathers in it, I wouldn't be happy. Like, pluck the bird properly.
Oh no!
Don't say that. I don't want Charles to do the minion voices.
Oh shit. Ah, what a fucking slap to the face for him. Yeah, you know the character you've been playing for the last, I don't know, 20 years or so? Don't do that. Do this other one that is designed to be annoying. He snorts a dangling glob of snot back into his nose. Ugh. It made the hiccups worse, yeah. Snurf. You really think so? You gently reassure him with another helping of pie. Of course not. You're going to tell me all about the ox's family, aren't you? Oh, right. Well, you see, we've been spying on that ox for years now. Every full moon, he'd go out into his field all by his lonesome. He'd howl at the sky. What was it he'd say? Oh yeah, he'd yelled, "Abracacorn cob." Then it always sounded like he got into an argument with somebody, but there was never anyone else there except that creepy old scarecrow of his. Dr. Doom? Is that a Mario character? No. Excuse me. I don't know. He looks like he's Blue Evil Man, so he's Thanos. You pat the sniffling rogue on his stubbly cheek. That's a good lad. Maybe it's time to think about trading the daggers for dance shoes? From the Fantastic Four. When did the Fantastic Four movie come out? Like 2000? I don't even remember. 2005. Wow, I wasn't that far off. Okay. Dr. Doom. Yeah, I mean he's blue and he has a hood. Excuse me. I guess that's close. That's a good lad. Maybe it's time to think about trading those daggers for dance shoes. He stuffs some more handfuls of the crumbling pie between his blubbering lips. Snurf. Yes, I'll do it. I'll dance. I really wish I could shake these hiccups because they actually kind of hurt a little bit. This eerie simulacrum of a human sways in the breeze. Its lumpy face seems to leer down at you as if expecting something. Abracacorn cob? The figure creaks against its pole as its vegetative head twists to look at you. It takes a wheezing breath, expending a moth from its mouth hole. Hello, yes? Have you come to strike a deal with the great and magnanimous Harvest Master? No thank you. I'm involved in quite too many dark contracts with supernatural beings already. Why then have you summoned me? Has the ox made a deal with you, perchance? The ox? Why yes. Terrible trade, I say, but a deal is a deal. What sort of trade? Does it have to do with this missing family? Yes, he said he wanted to win pretty prizes, grow the best crops. He said he would give up anything in the world. So he offered me his wife and son. And I'm not one to refuse a bargain like that. Where are they? What'd you do with them? Don't worry, they're fine. But as long as I make the crops grow, they belong to me. And if the crops should fail, your deal would be broken. I'm the great harvest master. My harvest will never fail. We'll see about that. I better take a closer look at these prize-winning plants.
Yeah, I was holding my breath, but then I just hiccuped while I was holding my breath. Hey, where are you? What'd you want? That lumpy vegetable farmer sent you. Just go back and tell him to suck eggs. What? Who? Ah, don't play all innocent with me. I know a spy when I see one. Get lost. Turned up head. I don't know, maybe work. I guess we'll find out in a second. Yeah, but how do I inspect them? Oh, with G, duh. These crops are robust, thriving beyond anything else seen nearby. A watering can. An evil watering can. Huh. These stalks don't look so sturdy to me. A good herbicide ought to shrivel these right up. That'll teach that ox a lesson about proper agricultural practices. I'll need a sturdy enough vessel to hold the poison, though. Maybe I convince that vegetable fellow to give up the nice big watering can of his. Ah, you know what? Maybe that did work. That doesn't normally work for me, though. Maybe it did this time. Well, hello again. Oh, hello again. Find out anything about what that ox is up to? As a matter of fact, I have. It seems he traded his family to a turnip wizard or field genie or some such nonsense. Ah, you must mean the harvest master. That explains a lot, actually. Bad business to get mixed up with that sort of fellow. The farmer nervously wipes his brow with the back of his leafy hand. Not that I would know anything about that myself. Listen, I don't have time to exchange farm gossip. I need to borrow your watering can over there. Ah, I'd be happy to lend it to you, but unfortunately, I still need it to grow my prize-winning vegetable. You glance down at the fat-headed cabbage bobbing gently against a blanket of big swaddling leaves. You think you may have heard a faint giggle coming from within the fronds. Seems plenty big enough to me. Ach, just you wait. My little baby is going to grow up to be a big baby. I'm going to be the belle of the ball at this year's festival. Yeah, I probably can, but if I were to say grow a little bit faster, I suppose I wouldn't need my watering can at all. Watering can? Now I'm turning into Dracula. You swear the farmer winks at you, despite not being equipped with any eyes. Sigh. Does anybody here grow produce in an honest way? Let me take a look at that little tyke. You look down at the fattest little cabbage you've ever seen. But if you get your hands on that watering can, it could stand to be a little fatter. A turkey gizzard stone, a jar of water, and a growth potion. All right, well. guess we're close to the cow. Oh, there's some water up there. Good. What was the last thing I needed? I didn't even see. Oh, shit. I think I may have made it already. Find out. What is it? 7 o'clock? All right. I'm not going to go too much longer because I've been up for 27 hours now. Growth potion. You pop open the cork of the potion and sprinkle the bright liquid onto the cabbage's roots. You look down at the fattest little cabbage you've ever seen. But if it gets your hands on what, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Turkey gizzard stone. Crushed into a fine powder. A gizzard stone lends potent nutrients to the soil. A jar of water. You spritz the cabbage with fresh, clear water while uttering a simple horticultural charm. The water beads like dewdrops before the leaves drink them up and brighten in color. The budding plant changes into a bright purple, then blue, then yellow. It suddenly goes rigid and shrinks to the size of a marble. The farmer gasps in horror as his precious baby disappears back into the earth. He turns to you, shoulders stiff and pitchfork in hand. He takes one step in your direction, but stops abruptly when tremors shake the ground. You look at your feet and watch deep cracks split the earth. Hold on to your hat. This one's going to be big. Yeah, the art's actually really good. So is the music as well. You hear a booming giggle echo from deep in the ground. The vegetal farmer falls to his knees, clutching his hat to his chest. An explosion of leafy greens and flying earth. The bouncing head of an enormous cabbage erupts into the field. The farmer reaches out to it, shakily. My little baby? Paw? The farmer scrambles towards the big bumbling cabbage with open arms. My beautiful baby, look how big you've grown. See, with a little love and help from your friends, you're sure to win first prize after all. Oh, I don't even care about that silly thing anymore. Just look at how handsome my baby is. The two embrace, laughing and crying. I guess you won't be needing that watering can anymore. Please, help yourself. You've helped me more than enough. Take some work to break through the Scarecrow's magical boon, but you're confident in your mastery of poisons. Potion of Blight, Word Water, Pumpkin Jack Bone. Oh, I have to like do it here? Weird. Jar of water. I can make a jar of water. My one wish is that there was a run button. If you get hurt, you can sometimes go like flying away fast. Why can't I just do that all the time? Except not being hurt all the time. Potion of Blight. 3 toxic thistles. And a newt. An eye of newt. Alright. A pumpkin jack bone. A snag vine. Oh, that's not the right thing. Oops. Never played Harvest Moon. Eye of Newt and 3 thistles. All right. Some Animal Crossing. Never played Animal Crossing either. Yeah, I've heard it's good. I've just never sat down to play it. That was N64, right? It probably also doesn't help that I never owned it in 64, so. Where's this portal? Natsumi's the publisher, I guess. Yeah, all right. I mean, oh, are they different on different platforms? They're not just ports. Oh, interesting. No, lizard. No, lizard, go get it. Lizard, no. Don't be fucking dumb, lizard. Come on. Alright, and the poison. One more. Animal Parade is the circus. Oh, I see. I see. So it sounds like it's very similar to Animal Crossing. Isn't that the same thing where you go someplace new and start a farm or a town or something? Horseman save the homeland. Oh, okay. All right. Interesting. Alright, that should be all I need then. Yeah, I get you. Well, I mean, not every game has to have a bad ending, I guess. I mean, if you're playing for fun, then, you know. It will take some work to break through the blah, blah, potion of blight. You hold your breath and empty the poisonous vial into the container. The toxic fumes make your fingernails curl. Ugh. Word water. A good amount of word water will dilute the poison to keep it from eating straight through the metal can. And some pumpkin jack bone. You crush up the impish bone into fine powder. This potent fertilizer will help you spread the blight. You find a hefty stick to mix all the ingredients together inside the watering can. You know your work is done when the stick dissolves into mush in your hands. The withering can is ready. Take it. That's some dark undertones? Like what? Or is that like story related? Hey, I thought I told you to beat it. He raises his hoe and brandishes it at you menacingly. You watch the sickness spreading up the stalks, the very tips of the tallest leaves. Vivid green turns to diseased browns as the crops bend and droop. Homeless people drinking elements. What? Oh. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I guess it's kind of realistic, but yeah, it's a little dark for a children's game. No, what is happening? Harvest Master, we had a deal. You promised my crops would never fail. Dreadfully sorry. It looks like my magic is broken. Not my fault. The ox throws himself to the ground, desperately raking the soil with his fingers. Wait, let's make a new deal, please. I've sacrificed too much for this. A new deal? What is your offer? Anything you want, just bring my precious crops back to me. Anything? This is acceptable. Worm-like roots suddenly wrap around the ox's feet and begin dragging him into the soil. Wait, I didn't mean... Oh, got him. The dust settles over the spot where the ox once stood as if nothing had happened. Speaking of dark, yeah. Though the soil looks barren and diseased, a small sprout of leafy green catches your eye. Where the ox once stood, a green tendril has pushed its way through the earth. You watch a delicate blossom unfurl, revealing a stubborn, hard-shelled seed, the soul of the ox. How's it going, Where? Are you doing right, man? The souls of the bear, leech, snake, and ox jostle. This game seems to like miss spaces sometimes. I don't know if it's the font, but like that has a bigger space though. Jostle in your satchel with fearful energies. That's that then. I better get these back home to the goat before he ransacks the rest of the place. Quest complete. I got a achievement as well. Could be. Ox's family. Standing at the front gate, the ox's missing wife and son blink in confusion as they had just burst forth from the earth itself. You can hit the little CC button on the player to turn those off. You should be able to, but... what happened? Welcome back. I suppose you don't remember much. He really did it, didn't he? That stupid festival prize was worth more to him than us? Where is he? Where is my husband? Don't fret. I've already set things straight. He won't be troubling you again. And you've got this nice fertile farm all to yourself now. My son and I worked ourselves to the bone for that horrible man. Thank you for lifting this curse. Just do me a favor and don't make any deals with suspicious scarecrows. There's a specific font in this game that is light gray and italic. And the two of those together... I don't know why I'm going the long way. Oh, no, I'm not. The two of those together are when I see the kerning issues. I'll have to take a look next time there's text on screen. Wait, where's the portal? I'm guessing this is about the halfway point of the game. Just based off of some context clues. The goat rears its head at the sight of you. Look at U period I. Looks like there's no space in there at all. You know what I mean? It hooves its hooves pound the ground excitedly. Most excellent. I can sense the presence of spirits about you. You must have captured the souls I asked for. Yeah, it might be the italics as well. No small task, I can tell you that. Just what do you plan on doing with them? Oh, this and that, nothing you must concern yourself with. What's important is that you are one step closer to fulfilling your contract with me. Just go ahead and place them in the shrine there. I'll take care of the rest. The goat shakes its head towards the carved relief at the back of the room, grinning in a horrible way that no goat should. Yeah, look at the space between head and towards, and room, comma, grinning. You know what I mean? Like, it could be the italics, but it seems like it's a little bit more than that. You approach the shrine and open your satchel, stuffed bear. As you bring the stuffed bear close to the carved stone relief in the wall, it spontaneously bursts into flames in your hands, burning away until only a harsh red stone remains. Oh, yeah, it could be that. The stone zips out of your hand and straight into the socket on the wall, comma, buzzing. Yeah, that might be it. Like some angry insect. You are buffeted by flashbacks of the bear's wrath. Drunken roaring, cowering bodies, splintered wood, the smell of honey. The shrine awaits another offering. The font's serif, this stems, and I thought, alright. Interesting. I don't like it, but at least that explains it. Dried worm. As with the first, the mummified husk of the leech turns into ash as you bring it close to the wall, leaving only a glowing orb in its place. Images of the leech slither into your mind. The prick of a needle, the drip, 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 drip of draining fluid, soothing words, restless sleep. The shrine awaits another offering. Cracked mirror. Prismatic, colorful colors flash through your head at the thought of the snake. Secrets lapped up by a forked tongue. Whispers beyond the sound of festivities. The shrine awaits another offering. Hardened seed. The ox brings with him the overbearing heat of the midday sun. The salty tang of sweat in the soil. Suffering. Sacrifice. Solitude. I have an eye for type? Yeah, maybe. I don't know, I just noticed it. It's like, I don't like it. Because it made me like read words straight through that were two separate words, you know? You step away from the shrine and its smoldering stones. Your burdens suddenly feel much lighter. Beside you, the sleeping maiden stirs in her slumber but does not wake. Now then, you've had a very long day. Why don't you get some rest? Tomorrow we shall pick up bright and early. Yes, I am quite tired. What's the matter? You don't like the restaurant menu written entirely in papyrus? Every fucking time.
Why are they always egregious? Because they're trying to be fancy, but it's just papyrus. I don't know if I've seen any menus with Comic Sans personally, but I don't doubt they're out there. Ah, good morning, my swamp lily. I trust you slept well? Like the dead. You stretch out your back, making a sound like snapping twigs. They changed the kerning. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, no time to dilly-dally. I sense the next 4 souls on our list. You must travel east, out of the forest, towards civilization. I hate crowds. Well, it can't be helped. You must seek out these souls in the village, the marketplace, the docks, and the graveyard. Huh. The graveyard might be at least a reprieve from chattering townsfolk. All right, Goat, I'll bring you your souls. You seem much more reasonable today. Have a change of heart, perchance? If these next 4 are anything like the last, they'll get what's coming to them. I'm glad we've reached an understanding. It's so childish looking, yeah. That's always Garamond is always the fancy text. That was what we had to use at in college because it apparently uses less ink. I don't know. How is that growing on the bridge? All right, never mind. No. Didn't that say west side of the swamp? Did I misread? Myriad Pro. I think Myriad Pro might be our not secondary font, but like at work, our. Oops. Let's see. I can actually look it up. I know we use Ephra Bold as our main font. What do they call it? I don't know what they call it. Where is it? I know we have a whole style guide at work. Oh, there it is. Typography. Ephra Bold is our primary font, with Muso Slab as a secondary. We don't use Myriad. Are you sure you don't like it just because of Batman? Maybe, yeah. Get out of here. I'm supposed to go up here. How do I pass this guy? Yeah, okay. Alright. Oh, am I supposed to access it from the hub? I don't think I am. Oh, I never found the field. Oh, that's not true. What's this? Graveyard. The docks. Village. Market. Mountain. Oh, interesting. However, I don't know how to get past this time. Maybe it's like a Dr. Seuss book. Did I miss something? Trying to see if I can figure out how to. I'm trying to figure out how to get past this fucking dude. Do you have any plans for multiplayer? This game doesn't lend itself to multiplayer at all. Oh, it's somewhere else. No, all he's doing is farting at me. I'm gonna go see what the new area looks like, and then I'll probably be done. I think this discussion was wrong. I can't figure out how to fucking get past this. I'm almost positive this demo mines crypto. I gotta pull a doubt on that one, buddy. The fucking... Do they not know that, like, Valve, like, checks all this shit? Whatever. Should be a new path right past the well. New path. I could have sworn they told me to go west. Did I misread the entire prompt? I guess it's possible. Yeah, this would be there. Yep. All right. Big brain. Sheepdog. An anxious little dog attempts frantically to get the town guard's attention as they stand watch in front of the smoking ruins of a burnt-down shop. Please, you have to listen to me. My friend is missing. The guard stifles a yawn, annoyed to have to work. Oh yeah? And what's your friend look like? The sleeves of the sheepdog's oversized sweater flail about comically. She's about yay tall, wears a green vest, has black wool. So she's one of them sheep, huh? Probably just got lost, you know. Them types ain't too bright. She didn't get lost. She's gone missing. Her wool shop was burnt down on purpose. Can't you smell it in the air? Calm down, sir. We're investigating the situation. But I'm sure this fire was a simple accident. I bet your friend just left the kettle on or something. Why don't you check with the ram in the town square? If anyone knows where the lost sheep is, it's probably him. How can you say that? Everyone knows the ram hates the black sheep. Look at all those footprints. I bet his goons had something to do with this. Listen, you're starting to get on my nerves. Just leave this to the professionals, all right? He turns away from the dog and goes back to doing absolutely nothing. Professionals indeed. They couldn't find a fish in a frying pan. I better look into this funny business myself. The ram is sheepest. All right. I'm going to be done as I'm approaching being awake for like 28 hours. So I'm going to go and get something to eat and then go to bed. So thank you guys for coming to watch. I guess at this point, if I'm halfway through, maybe I will finish this. I don't know when. But I've only got a day or two before I take a little break from streaming for a while, as I won't be home. Yeah, that's all I got. Hope you guys have a good night, and I'll catch you later. These interaction reminder things get weird, so I know you guys are smart people. You do what you want. I'll catch you later.